We're live. Who the hell needs anybody else?
We're live.
Alex, Glenn, you got it all right here. We
Just
don't need anybody. I'm not even going to let those other guys on tonight, Alex.
I wouldn't.
No. Not a chance in hell. Wait a second. I'm trying to get my feed up here. There we are. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves, Alex.
Well, that's what I do over here. We have hundreds of people viewing at this point.
Yes.
We got 2 watching.
Cast of millions.
Cardboard head guy. Merry Christmas, cardboard head guy. Good to see you.
It's a festive occasion. There, I'm ready to go. Oh, Jason's here too.
Yep, I'm here.
Hey, buddy.
How are you guys?
Good.
Bring in the people.
Christmas. Merry Christmas, cardboard head guy. Tony, 2 from the trunk. Merry Christmas.
Hey.
Let's promote Tony's contest. Make sure everybody. I haven't uploaded my my entry yet, Tony, but it's coming. Rob said he was going to be late, but he's not.
Yes.
Did you duck out of the Christmas concert or something?
No, it finished on time.
Aren't they the most painful freaking things in the world? You just want to see your own kid.
Right, I couldn't care about anybody else.
And you got to sit through everybody else's and pretend you're enjoying them.
And my kid's in grade 1, so they're near, or grade 2, so they're near the start.
Oh, good. Oh, so you got up and left?
No, we stayed.
That'd be really funny. Okay, yeah. We're done. Evening, fellas.
Hey, Trevor.
Dan, Merry Christmas.
In the house.
Merry Christmas. Wow. Thank you very much, Glenn. Yes. Yes, please. We'll promote it throughout the night. Tony.
Yeah, I gotta do my it's due in next week or 2, right? It's due on the 31st, I think, right, Tony?
Yeah.
I gotta do mine too.
Yeah, I figure I still got time, but I definitely want to enter our friends' contest. We got to support them. Trevor, just finished what? Just finished your podcast, Rob.
Oh, you poor bugger. And you survived, and you want to listen to us talk for some more?
And he's still awake.
I know.
Maybe he's just here to tell us to stop trying.
You know what happens like when you're listening to an album and you fall asleep listening to it, and then when it's over, you wake up with the silence? That's probably what it was like with the podcast. He slept through it, and then all of a sudden it was what?
Probably. And then he wanted more, so.
Here we go. January 6th.
Hey, Marcia.
What else is going on January 6th? Marcia.
Become a holiday of sorts here in the States.
It's party time. Hey, Trevor.
Marcia's in the house.
Yeah. Wow. We got 2/3 of the Sunday night chat. So cool. Gary Calloway's cellar. Something Gary Calloway. Well, I listened to while I cooked dinner. What are we cooking, James? Hello, Marcia. Now we're going to get a hello, Tony. What's one bad album wish
Dan,
you were roasting over an open fire?
I love it.
Oh, that's good. That's a
good one.
I like that.
I'm just going to assume that Glenn's going to say the new Rolling Stones album. I'll just assume he's going to say that.
No, I'm not. I have not said a bad word about the record. I just say it's a dust collector.
To be fair, I think dust is a really good for burning, right? Like dust lights on fire.
True.
So it's actually.
I'll wait till I should buy it. I'll wait till it accumulates all the dust and then put it in the fire.
Yeah.
Keep me warm. How do you say Merry Christmas in French?
Joyeux Noël.
Merry Christmas. I'll just say hi all. Well, now I got nothing to put up on the screen. Thanks, Marcia. Chow mein. He's cooking chow mein.
Mm-hmm.
That's a festive dinner for a few days before Christmas. What's going on, guys? I'm shocked. I got to say, I'm in total shock.
What?
Sam's late.
No.
Yeah.
So what's everybody doing?
Have we ever actually asked him why can't he be on time?
He's never on time for anything.
I know.
Does he have a job?
Yeah, but he's one of those guys.
Yeah, but he works from home. And he's not 3 hours ago.
You ever all have to work with one of those chronic late guys? They're always the same amount of time late every freaking day.
It's, the thing is, Glenn, it's disrespectful to us,
It is.
I'm on time. Rob was speeding home from his little Christmas thing.
Like our time's not important. Our time's not important.
Rob ditched his kid at the Christmas concert.
Left his kid at the school so he could be here.
That's what we're going to tell Sam.
And Marcia says it's because of Jeopardy. Well, newsflash to Sam. It's the year 2023, close to 2024, and there's a thing called a PVR box. You can watch Jeopardy whenever the hell you want.
Is that like TiVo?
Yeah. Do you still have TiVo in the States? Is that what it is?
I think TiVo's I think that was a thing about 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was. That was
right up there with
America
AOL.
I think that was one of the original recording devices for TV.
Yeah.
Nickelback box set to throw in the fire. As long as it comes in a wooden box, that'd be great. John Oates should team up with his little brother Colin Oates and go out on the road. Colin, I'm trying to get the joke here. Colin Oates.
Is it like a Hall & Oates?
It's too much
How about
fiber.
with Sam's red carpet? He should team up with Art Garfunkel and Oates.
Sounds like a breakfast.
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
Hello, Rob. We got to go through all this. Xfinity provides recording in my part of the state. I don't know. We just have recording boxes that come with our cable things in it. Hello, Jason.
Hey, John.
Garfunkel, Stills, and Nash, and Young. Hello, Alex. Hello, Mark.
Hello, John.
Oh,
Hello, John.
Look at social convener here. It's like speed dating.
McCartney 3 by 3.
Opinions on McCartney 3 times 3. I don't even know what it is.
So he's for the 3rd anniversary of McCartney 3. He's come out with 3 limited edition color variant pressings with an alternate cover. And I've never even heard McCartney 3, and I don't care to, because the whole thing's a damn cash grab. Because he's put out like 97 different variants.
I agree with that. I don't get it.
Rob, he needs the money.
Yeah, he needs the money.
God.
Yeah. I actually like McCartney 3.
I don't really care for any of their solo stuff
except John's. I did black. That's all I needed.
Okay, yeah. I was about to say this to Marsha's point. Even if McCartney 3 is a solid album or you like it or whatever, the greatest album in the world doesn't deserve a 3rd year anniversary.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to do 3rd year, 30th year, 33rd year.
Yeah.
And 333rd year. It's all planned out.
I wonder who the worst offender is for an artist that releases too many either.
I think him for that.
I guess.
Well, I think he kind of started all that, but Taylor Swift is right on his ass.
Well, no, the worst one is the Rolling Stones with Hackney Diamonds, because they did the 26 different variants for each Major League Baseball city, and then however many other variants. I think that's the worst offender. Taylor's got a few. I think the most Taylor has on an album is 6 variants. Speaking as the resident Taylor Swift expert, and Alex could back me up on this, Midnight's has more variants than any of our other albums, and there's only 6.
How many did Folklore have?
4.
Was that it? I thought it was like 8.
No, well, there's 4 covers, and then there's the Target one, which is different color but has the same cover. I think Folklore, maybe there's 8. I think maybe 8, 6 or 8. I only have 1 of them.
That's a good question. Dan
Amazon too easy, and is it worth the occasional hassle? I'm a big Amazon.
Love Amazon. Not for records, but I love Amazon.
Well, I love Amazon for records.
I've had some bad experiences, but I won't stop. I've had 2 shipped that were just terrible, but
that's what the drug addicts say too. I've had a couple bad experiences, but I won't stop.
But I won't stop. Yeah. Those gummies were pretty strong last night.
Yeah, Amazon gummies.
A couple bad trips, but all in all, I feel okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've heard Us or not, because I always got Us and Up mixed up, and I just picked up a used copy of Up yesterday for $5 CD, and I really like that album. I think it's been 20 years since I heard it. Oh, look who's here. The late Sam St. John.
No way. No way.
Oh, there he is. I don't even beat him.
Were your ears burning, Sam? Because we were just talking about you.
If they're not burning, my throat is burning.
Oh.
Yeah.
Too much moonshine.
Yeah, that's what. Well, down here, yeah, we have there's a county here called Franklin County that. Do you remember the movie Lawless that came out with Shia LaBeouf? That was based off of that county. It's like the moonshine capital of the world.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You know what I think it is, guys? I think North Carolina is in a different time zone than the rest of us. It's 10 minutes behind Eastern time. I think that's why Sam's always late, because he thinks he's here at 8 o'clock.
Except he's in Virginia.
I'm in Virginia.
Or Virginia. Okay, Virginia, whatever.
I wondered how that would play out. Yeah.
It's all the same.
Once you get south of the Mason-Dixon, it's all the same shit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Once you go across the border, it's all the
Whatever
all
county
all
Sam's in.
Americans are the same.
The 10-minute later time zone.
There are Robert E. Lee loving motherfuckers over there.
Just wait until Paul dies and the kids start re-releasing his catalog on unreleased stuff. That'll be interesting to see what happens. We hope that doesn't happen for another long time. It's always you say, you never want to outlive your kids. I know I don't want to outlive Paul.
Well, George Costanza said he hopes his parents go long before he does.
Yeah. I was going to say Black Pumas, but you were right, Rob. Hackney Diamonds takes the cake.
Oh,
Right.
did Black
Who needs-
Pumas make a lot of variants? I didn't know
Do
that.
any
Yeah,
of you
they've
guys
become
own
notorious.
Hackney Diamonds? I've never asked. Does anybody know it?
Nope.
You have it, Sam?
Yeah, I've got it on CD, but yeah.
Sam made a whole video about it. We know what Glenn's
I have
not
the
watching.
indie exclusive.
Yeah.
Exclusive. They only made about 4 billion of them.
Anniversary of the concert for Bangladesh album. Ah, very cool.
Oh,
Love
Christ.
that album.
That's a big deal.
My nephew Jack picked it up at a thrift store the other day for $3. The CD set. I haven't seen that on CD for years.
You're right, James. That's pretty accurate.
Amazon's cruel, heartless corporation single-handedly destroying the mom and pop stores, but man, is it ever convenient.
Well,
Love it.
did you see that
Well,
video?
you need to pay for the penis rocket.
That's true.
You do.
Music Talk with John did a video a couple weeks ago talking about
You do.
the sound
There
of
goes
vinyl.
Alex. Jesus.
You
Makes
know.
a penis and he can't hold it together like a 6-year-old.
But the sound of vinyl had that free record sale.
Oh yes, I watched that.
I'm still missing one of my two.
Really?
A month
Why
later.
is anybody ordering from these people when you're told right from the start that
I've
they're
never
sold?
ordered from them before.
Oh, because it sounded like John already knew he was going to have trouble before he even started getting his.
I
record.
got one like the week of. Like I only got two, and one of them was "It's Only Rock and Roll" by the Rolling Stones. I'm still waiting to get it.
And they were actually free records.
No, it was
You
like
paid
$14
You,
shipping.
Alex.
The shipping went up.
Wow, that's still
Whereas-
pretty cool.
Normally they're like $6 shipping. If they bumped it to like 14.
Sam, Tony's glad you were here.
Thank you, Tony. I'm glad that I left work early today and slept for 3 hours when I got home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be singing on Sunday, so I'm really trying to hold it together.
Hey, Hackney Diamonds.
Well, it's nice that you could jeopardize your voice and slum it with us. Then. You
Yeah.
should be resting those vocal cords.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
but-
I'll just shut up and let Alex talk about me.
How come you never play guitar when we're on the live stream like this? Can't you just pick up the guitar and just like play like a minute of a song or something?
I could.
Do you guys want to hear Sam in the hair
But
salon?
it's so
Oh,
close to
right.
the original
Yes.
that they will get
Yes,
shut
we
down.
do. We do.
Totally.
No,
Oh
no,
my
it's
God, that was so good.
John says he has Hackney Diamonds and he's played at least 10 times. I'm wondering if after the 10th time it went on the shelf, never to be picked up again. That's my premise. What's everyone's favorite tall structure? Myself, I'm 6
Yeah,
foot.
I was gonna say Alex. Yeah.
Larry Graves, he's 6'3".
Sam, am I taller than Glenn? We're
Yeah.
the same height.
How
Glenn,
tall
you're
are
about
you
6'1",
guys?
aren't you?
Christ.
I'm 6'1".
Am I the shortest of the group?
How tall are you?
5'9".
I'm 5'11".
I mean, for all the ladies out there.
Jesus, I'm 5'9" too. Jason and I are the short ones. I thought Glenn. I had this
Is that
vision of Glenn being a short, stumpy little old man,
Well, that's
No,
his
like a
personality.
garden gnome.
Glenn looks like 6'7". When
I thought Glenn would be like a garden gnome. He looks like a garden gnome.
Oh God.
Or one of the 7 dwarfs or something.
He's definitely grumpy. That's for sure.
Oh,
You
that's
see
funny.
the little statues in the garden, and I'm driving down the street. I'm like, there's Glenn, there's Glenn, there's Glenn.
I think in 2024, Glenn should grow the white beard and just embrace it.
I need to
Wear
do
hats.
Okay, enough about me.
No, let's keep going. Oh, jeez.
Larry Graves, I was just making smart-ass comments on his Facebook page 20 minutes ago. Did he?
That's time well spent.
Larry gets pretty sensitive. Did he block you? You never know when Larry's in his sensitive mood. All of a sudden he goes, that guy said, he didn't like me. I'm blocking him. So tonight, we are going to talk about 2024. Whatever the hell we know about 2024 already. I've got about 3 or 4 things I could come up with.
Ever since Alex did editing and videos, he's invested in all this high-tech gear.
Yeah, so I'm kind of figuring it out.
Shut up, Jason.
I think we should have to guess.
It sounds so good.
How many beers will Alex consume in 2024?
Indeed. Or on the stream.
That's good. I should
3.
much like
Say 642.
Kind of like how Steve has an ongoing Excel sheet of every time he listens to a record.
Yeah.
I should log every time I drink a beer. And
Yeah.
Well, you do, don't you? Jason, Alex was down here with this fancy app. We went to 2 or 3 different, we went to 2 breweries, or we got a couple of different drinks at different times. And Alex is like, I've got this beer log, and I've almost had 2,500 beers.
2,500.
for the
Wow. So 600 is like real short. I was giving him a benefit of the doubt that maybe one day a week he didn't drink.
Oh God.
on the Sabbath.
No, seriously, Alex, how many beers do you have logged?
Let me see. Hold on.
Oh, he was logging it.
So for the craft beer drinkers out there, a lot of people will probably know that there is an app called Untapped, UNTAPPD, and the idea is like you log your beers. So
okay.
I have logged 2,403 unique beers. So
And how long is that?
I mean that's
Since Sunday.
Sunday.
Last Sunday. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Sure. Yeah.
It's the holiday season. Yeah.
Well, funny, I didn't really start drinking beer till about 2015. So it's about over 8 years or so.
Okay, do the quick math. Well, that's 300 beers a year right there. Just crap.
Not bad.
Which isn't
Beer
that
day.
bad because
Beer a day
you could have-
keeps the doctor away.
Yeah, except I probably have diabetes.
See, I would drink beer, but I have enough problems trying to keep my weight under control. And beer, I would weigh like 900 pounds if I drank beer.
You got
And look like a
you guys are
garden
pretty
gnome.
young, but
Yeah, look
our
like a
chat
garden
tends to focus a lot on men's health.
Man, I don't know how Alex keeps his physique drinking so much beer.
I do.
Something you want to share with us, or
Oh
Uh,
God.
What kind of stream?
I didn't see this. Did Gary's video on Steve? I haven't watched.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it?
It
I
is.
gotta
So,
watch it.
it was funny because I'm not going to give anything away, but he's essentially doing Steve, in a video,
Oh.
which is
Oh,
funny because I was about to
I
do the
can't
same
wait.
thing,
Too
but
bad we couldn't watch it as a group on here. That seems complicated. To try
yeah, I
to
don't
You
know.
could.
you can, yeah. But
That's pretty funny.
there's one point where there was one little piece of Steve that he was missing in his impersonation. So I was typing it, and as I was typing it, he did it. I said, "You got it, man.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's hilarious." Yeah,
Oh, I gotta watch that.
Shoot.
like every nuance is there.
Oh damn!
Feels
I
good.
can't
And wait for the ending because the ending is quite special.
Alex, what's the lowest form of beer you would accept? Heineken or something?
no, I am a equal opportunist. Sam knows this. So there is nothing too low or trashy for me. It all depends on the setting. So every
That's why you think
Thursday,
We're still talking about beer?
Title of your
Yeah.
sex tape.
every Thursday, Jason, you watch yourself. Every Thursday, I go to my local dive bar and they have Dollar Dad cans. So
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else.
So it's Busch Light, it's Hams, it's Strohs, it's
I don't
Blacks.
have any of that stuff.
All the cans are $1. Black
Wow.
Label, that's a Canadian product.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know
$1.
Carling Black Label is still made. I didn't know that. Hey, I'm in a dark room with sunglasses waving. Can I come up? I remember that, Jim. Remember that guy last week?
Oh yeah, right. Oh, that was so weird.
That's awesome.
Nice job.
What a knob that guy was.
I forgot about that guy.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, if you look at the scroll going across the bottom of the screen, looking ahead to 2024. Who's starting tonight? Alex.
Hey. Well, I guess this is part of like the I'm not going to call it like a resolution, but something I would like to probably change or adjust in my like buying and collecting habits. And people probably say this every year, but I am pretty much completely maxed out of space. So physical space. I have like it's already kind of a mess, like in the sense of like I don't have room for everything, and I just cannot go over. So that's not necessarily to say I'm going to like halt my buying, but I just have to, if I bring something in, I'm going to have to send something out. So that's one of the big things is I have to figure out my my thing. And I will say too, it's not because I buy so much. I just spend so much time at like the local places, going through dollar bins and finding a lot of those like things. And so it's a lot of that kind of stuff, which I all appreciate, and I buy them for a reason. I don't buy them to flip them or anything like that. It just it's just taking up so much physical space. And
do you ever turn over any of your collection? You go through it and start trading stuff in that you don't want, or you just keep everything?
I need to do that, Glenn, because at this point I just keep everything, and I'll convince myself that there's a reason I'm keeping it, even though I have no reason to keep it. And yeah, I need to start doing that.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I do that all the time. I like doing it constantly. Do I have some regrets? Yeah, not that many. That it's amazing when you go through your collection and you go, I have like you might have you're like completist on an artist or something, and then go like I was like that with Eric Clapton. I don't know how many albums Eric Clapton has, like 40 of them or whatever the number is. I had every one of his, and there's albums like Pilgrim and August. There's a few of them, at least 10 of them that absolutely I would never listen to in 100 years. I just got rid of them. Like,
well, and my thing too is I do have a good chunk of duplicates or like triplicates, because it got to a point where anytime I would see like a Beatles record in a dollar bin, I would buy it. Didn't like matter, because my thought the whole time was like, you could turn this around for $5. Like it doesn't, like you all know this, like any Beatles record doesn't matter like what it is, like you could turn around for $5. Yeah. And then it just kept building up, and I never turned any of them around for $5. So it's like I have 10 copies of like Introducing the Beatles back there. Like I just don't have, and I just need to.
Well, there's your resolution for 2024.
Well,
get rid of all my Beatles records
for you guys, like especially Glenn, Alex, and Rob, because I know y'all have pretty big collections. Do y'all have like a set limit? Because Glenn, especially, I know you're very good at cleaning out records, heading to your store and getting credit and CDs. Like, do you have a set number where you're comfortable with?
Well, I have. As long as I still have room on the shelf, I'm okay. Like that's once I'm going on, I need more shelves. I'm out. My record collection, I'd say each shelf probably holds 40 records, and I got 1, 2. I still got room for like a couple hundred records.
Yeah.
And CDs. I got
you
two pretty big shelf loads, but I think I'm pretty much maxed out on CDs. Like I go through them quite often and throw them in a box. Unfortunately, when I drive to Florida, I can get American money for them. If I take them down there, having bought them in Canadian money, and I can actually do pretty good. But trading them in
Americans love those Canadian
nothing for CDs. I mean, you get $1 a CD or something. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
I'm sort of I've got two 4x8. I have 2 4x2 Calax units, and I have 1 cube left that doesn't have records in it. And I figured that I've got enough space to add another 2x2 beside it. Once that's full, then I'll worry about the space problem. And at the rate I'm going, I can fill, because I don't buy a lot, especially in the last year or so. So I'm a cube. Let's say a cube fits 40 or 50 records. I'll fill that in about 6 months. So I figure I got like a year and a half, and then I'm gonna have to address the space issue.
And the other thing now is with the price of records. I mean, I'm buying less vinyl now because I just can't freaking afford it. Like I can buy the CD for $15 and buy the record for 40 or 50. It's a no-brainer.
And actually, I have a question for Jason. Is Jason, like, where do you find space for your like 150 records that you have?
I got about 300. And
because Sam just so respectfully left you out of that question. So
small cabinets. They're both full, and now there's probably as many in the cabinets on the floor. So I got about 300 records. I'd say about 75 to 100 are on the floor that I have to figure this shit out. That's, I have all these goals because of this live stream. I thought of all my goals I want to do for 2024. Record storage is one of them. I have an idea in my mind of what I want to do, but I have no idea the cost. And and you can say what you will about the guy, and I know he's a pretty contentious figure in the VC, but Mike 45 in Germany has got these wicked black steel shelves. I want that, because up against the brown log wall, that'd look pretty sharp, right? And there's no sag, there's nothing like that. They would just and I'm sick and tired, and I'm not even old yet. Well, I don't think I'm old, but bending over, bending down, and getting on my hands and knees. I want them at standing height or whatever, right? So that's a goal for me for sure.
Go with that parking garage model instead of the parking lot model.
Yeah.
They pay paradise at Jason's.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, if I had Michael 45's money, I would have.
Oh God, I don't have a clue.
A lot more records.
Or Steve's money for
every new record ever.
I think Jason needs to film a music room tour at some point.
Yeah, you need to do a room tour.
We don't ask Alex, as he's already said it's a disaster.
Yeah,
so.
my list includes that for next year.
It's a guaranteed subscriber gatherer.
People love it. That's my most popular video.
Man. Every time I do a music room tour, I get like 3,000-4,000 views.
Yep, I'm going to do another one in the new year.
And I want to be clear, it's not like a disaster. It's not like I'm not like a hoarder. Okay, it's just that
hoarder.
Putting it's just like I have 3 4x4 cubes out here in the living room, and then in my room I have what? And okay, there's just a lot in my room, and then I have 2 in my closet.
Are you in a house?
That's the jazz section. I can say it's the jazz section back there, and then I have like a lot of boxes full of them too.
Are you in an apartment or a house, or what's your living situation?
Oh, I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment where my kitchen table and office is the same thing.
Okay.
Film a video. It'll look like an episode of Hoarders.
Yeah.
Maybe I need the subscribers. So
Steve did a great music room tour there recently. He did like 3. He's got some cool stuff.
Yeah, that was cool. I can't believe how much box sets and books he has, eh?
I'll probably do another one in the new year. I think I'll do one a year or something. That's the same old shit, though. Rachel always was giving me crap teasing me because I did too many music room tours. But you got to think there's, so if 3,000 people watch it, well, there's, 4 billion people in the world. There's lots of people who haven't seen it. So I'm doing it for them.
And the world's a better place.
Yes. I am maxed out and looking for space.
I'll take it.
Records on the floor, reality. So yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Although I do have various boxes around the floor. I got 3 boxes that hold
same thing.
One called Heavy Rotation, one with all my bluegrass records, one with all my jazz records. So I keep them all separate from my Calyx library. Do you guys have like a pot? Because I always find with records that I get, we're totally off 2024 topic now, but I always find my records get lost when they're just filed away. Like there's so many records I just don't play because they're out of sight, out of mind. So I keep kind of a heavy rotation box beside my stereo where I keep rotating those. I don't know if you
Yeah,
guys
in a perfect world, I will have if I'm fortunate enough to get a bunch of new stuff, I will not put it in a shelf.
Yeah.
And I'll make myself spin it because it will be easily accessible. But
Yeah.
like I like a lot of record storage units now, and there's like a great company on Instagram that advertises a lot of shelf builds, and they do it so that you can pull a drawer out and you're basically thumbing through like you're at a record store versus like on a shelf.
Oh, that'd
where
be
you're,
cool. Yeah.
I don't know. The sky's the limit. Well, just your budget's the limit, I guess. But I need some kind of solution. Getting chilly there with your.
That's a
cold.
great
Do another
sweater,
tour,
Sam.
Glenn. If you film it, they
Very
will
good.
watch it. Yes, in the room tour. If you built it, they will come.
Yeah.
Nope. Nope. What?
Dan's question before that, he asked if Walmart in Canada does special vinyl. Walmart in Canada doesn't do any vinyl.
Doesn't well.
That sucks.
My
Online.
Walmart has like about 5 records.
Mine is. We have 2 of them here, and one of them's a super center, and there's not a record in the building.
Yeah, they have like 10 of the most popular CDs of the day, and then from the pop world, and a few records like greatest hits albums and stuff. Hey, Rob. Sorry, I meant, do you like the Humming Guru a lot better?
Hey, Jim. Yeah, I like it. You know, to be honest, I don't have anything else to compare it to except for the Spin Clean. The Spin Clean will get like fingerprints and visible dirt off. The Humming Guru doesn't. Like I can throw something in there that has got like a smudge on it. I could do 2 cycles and the smudge is still there. So you actually still have to wipe the record to get like a visual clean. I'm going to drink the snake oil here and assume that the Humming Guru is doing something. I have put records in it that sound better coming out. So I can say that. Is it as good as the Degritter? Probably not. The Degritter's like 3 or 4 times the price, but I would probably, if you had the money, I'd probably go higher than the Humming Guru.
I'm going to do a commercial here for record cleaning. It's called Squeaky Clean Record Machine, and all they send you is like a turntable type thing, very basic. Put your record on it. It's got a little wand and a little hose there, and you buy a $40 shop vac, plug it in, you hook it up to that thing, and you've got a vacuum cleaning system, and your whole total payout would be under $200, and it works absolutely as good. Because I've owned Squeaky, what do they call that one with the weird name? The
Spin arrow. Spin
Pardon
clean?
me? The expensive one. I paid like $800 for a record cleaning machine at one point.
Oh.
I sold it. Okinoki.
Oh yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah, I mean you can buy these VPM machines or whatever they're called, and VPI or something. You can spend thousands of dollars on record. This is the best one I've ever had. Like the most compact. It's like $200.
I was quite surprised. I got sent one of the vinyl vacs to do a test on it, and I didn't expect anything. Did a really good job, I have to say. I was quite impressed with it.
Yeah,
Melinda Murphy was kind of touting that for a little bit, and I was kind of impressed with what she was showing.
It's a vacuum system works the best. I don't care. Yeah. Those spin clean, they're too much work, man. That's like that manual shit.
Well, but the vinyl vac, even though it's a vac, it's still a manual process too, and it's a lot of work. But I took the dirtiest records I had because I had some like Beatles VJ stuff that I'd never played. I just had it for collectability's sake. Brought them back to almost new. I was shocked, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Jim, if you're still watching, the biggest downside of the Humming Guru is that it's not a vacuum. It's just a small little fan that blows the moisture off the record. But my understanding is as basic as my understanding is of it all, is that humming, like ultrasonic, is great, but it's really great if you actually have a vacuum cleaner that kind of sucks the moisture out afterwards.
Yeah. I think you need to vacuum to get a better clean.
Yeah.
I saw you do the video for that one. Okay, thanks, Jack. I know you guys who clean all your records new or used in the sink and let them dry overnight. Just put some through VPI. Yeah, wow. Some people are like really like intense with it. $800 for a record clean is why you call them money bags. I used to work for a living.
He did buy Steve that knob CD player. So
at one point, I made money. Hey, Rob, does Taylor? Actually, it's not money bags. It's
I would clean anything she had that was dirty.
No.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Rob, you're like the kind of guy who goes on Facebook Marketplace looking for used tennis shoes, aren't you?
Only if she wore them.
No, so what he's saying is like when Travis Kelce is finished with a football game and he's real dirty, that he would clean Travis for Taylor.
Hey,
Well, I don't know about that. Hold on a minute.
That's what he said.
I'm
if
drawing the
she
line
touched
there.
that jock strap, he'll touch that jock.
No.
They don't
Never
call him
mind.
Chief for nothing.
That's funny.
Dude.
Okay, Jason, what's the first up for 2024?
Well, actually, kind of what you were talking about before is that I think 2024, like I have goals as far as grails and things I want to acquire, but one of the first things I want to do is sit down and, like I said, like about 350 records right now, but I want to get rid of stuff. And, it comes back to the idea of space saving, right? But I think that a good goal every year would be get rid of 10% of your collection. Over the course of 12 months, you should be able to figure out what the hell you're listening to, what you're not listening to. And then, so I'm looking at 10%. So I'm looking at 20 to 30 to 40 albums I want to get rid of. I have like a few in mind. And it's tough, right? Like, especially when you're a newer collector, you hate the idea of getting rid of anything, especially when you're, indirectly influenced by all you guys and everyone else in the VC who's got thousands of records. And here you are just, I'm trying to do the all killer, no filler thing and all that stuff, but it's hard to get rid of records. But at this point, I can say with certainty, there's a few in my collection. And I'm like, look, I've played this once. I have no desire to play it again. So I need to go through and figure out what those albums are. So my goal for 2024 is to try to get into the habit every year to go through and get rid of 10% of the collection. Because I'll know what needs to stay and what doesn't.
What
Yeah,
record comes to mind, Jason? What do you need to get rid of?
The first one that came to mind was I have this like a Turtles album, and I like the Turtles, but I liked like two of their hits, and then I picked up this one album. I don't even remember the title of the album. I spun it. It was okay. It was fine, but I've never put it on again. It doesn't have the hits that I like from the Turtles. I only picked it up because the label, I think it was like White Whale or some kind of weird.
White Whale.
So I saw that label, like cool label, but you know what? I'm not taking it out to look at the label, and I'm not spinning it. So, I need that real estate back. So that's like the first one that I want to get rid of. And then, you talked about duplicates and triplicates. I have to actually sit down. I have about 3 or 4 records that I have doubles of. Some I know I'm going to keep because I'm a sucker. Like I'm not going to get rid of any Dark Side or any metal. Like I'm going to keep the big bands in multiples if I want to. But there's a bunch of other ones that I've picked up, like with the intention of getting rid of the worst copy. I just haven't sat down and done that yet, right? I have a couple copies of Neil Young's Harvest. I only need 1 copy. So 10% I think is achievable. It'll be tough for me, but I'll feel good after the fact. I wish I had the ability.
That helps is that you identify yourself as a collector or a listener too, like or / both. But like I mean, years ago I was a collector. I had to have the whole discography of something and had to have this particular pressing and all, but I just can't do that anymore. So now it's like if I see something that's just there because it looks good on the shelf, I'm getting rid of it like that.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at for sure. Yep.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm going to pass on some of these. That's where I draw the line. Hit that thumbs up. Blend these money for. No, I got a record cleaner. I'm happy with $200. That's all I spent. Not even 150. Jason, you're right. I have 1,000 CDs, 1,000 records, and listen to only a fraction of all of it. Yet it's hard to get rid of stuff. It is.
It is hard. It's tough.
I'd rather get rid of clothes I don't wear anymore than music I don't listen to. Yeah, well, if you walk around in a t-shirt and sweatpants all frickin' day, I haven't got much to get rid of.
That cuts deep, Glenn.
Yeah, if I bought it, I keep it. Buying music since 1970, I've never gotten rid of anything. Wow, love to know how big's your collection.
Good grief!
I think we all have the dream of creating a music library. We don't have enough room for it. Well, got to move into a bigger house, John. If you hire me to be your houseboy, I'll move down to Florida and you can get a bigger house and I'll look after everything for you. I'll be your librarian.
There are no house men.
Sam, you can go next.
That's for
All
that.
right. I'm going to I'll throw in a couple at once because it's the same kind of idea. A lot of what you guys have said are also kind of, my music resolutions as well, even though my collection is not anywhere near being extensive. And I don't consider myself a collector by any means. But what I'm going to talk about is I've got two artists that I really want to see a new record from, and they're very prolific. And these will appeal to my buddies Jason first, and then Alex for the second. I need these guys to make another album.
Yes.
This is Lord Huron. This is their most recent release, which came out in 2021, called Lonesome Dreams. Excuse me, Long Lost. Yeah, Long Lost. It was my favorite album of 2021. It's still my favorite album by the band. They're, an indie band, very much, with like Chris Isaac kind of production. They've got some rockabilly. I turned Matthew Street onto this group, and now he can't get enough of them. But they haven't done anything since 2021, with the exception they did an instrumental film soundtrack earlier this year with one new like vocal track on it, which I do.
Sleeve, right?
Ace Up My Sleeve, which is a great tune.
Yeah. And
the vinyl's coming out. I think it's on pre-order now. So I do want to get that, but I want an actual studio album with new, because these guys are touring machines. They hit the festival circuit all the time. So it's not like they take, a long hiatus, because they tour for, it seems like, 10 months a year. But I would really like to see a new album by these guys. This is about the length of time that they go between albums. So it's probably not, it wouldn't be a surprise if they release something in 2024, but I would just like to see it come to fruition. And the second would be by these guys, the Avett Brothers. And specifically because they haven't released a full-length studio album since 2019, which was this album Closer Than Together. And then they released this EP in 2020 called The Third Gleam, which is I think it's 8 tracks. They're acoustic. They don't have their full band. It's just the two of them with an occasional bass line from their bassist, Bob Crawford. But this is a long time between records for them too. And again, they haven't released any new material since 2021. We're going to be creeping up on, was that for 3 years since this, coming into next year. So I would really like to see something else by these guys. Again, they tour all the time, whether they have a record out or not. They always have a big New Year's bash in North Carolina, whether they've done it in Greensboro and Charlotte and Raleigh. They kind of, do a triangle of I think they're in Charlotte this year with Marcus King. But they really need to do something, because they're always writing. Because like they'll be in concert, they'll be like, this is a new song, doesn't have a name for it, and like they're like, we'll just play it. So they're very prolific. They're always writing. But I would like to see something physical come out from them in 2024. So those are two artists I would like to see new records from next year.
Sam, I will say I am also a Lord Huron person, but kind of by tangentially. So Lord Huron is like my sister's favorite band, but it's really the one guy. I mean, that guy does like everything. Doesn't he also do all the art? Doesn't he also do all the artwork too?
Yeah, he does the art. He designs their stage show. He was an art student first, and then a musician. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
From Michigan, hence the Huron. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll have to give those guys a listen. I don't know if I've ever checked them out or not.
Very cinematic production.
Where would you start, Sam? If
We got an answer.
If you were to say to someone to listen to Lord Huron, what would you start them with? Probably Ends of the Earth or whatever?
Probably a couple of tracks before a full album. I mean, obviously, like for me, like I always usually send Fool for Love first from the Strange Trails album.
Yeah.
That's like I was kind of like their, that
what
was
a
kind
wicked
of
song.
a hit.
Man.
And it's kind of rockabilly-ish, because they have some rockabilly themes in their
But
background.
they've also, not to go on this tangent, but they have like blown up in TikTok era because of the Night We Met.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, they blew up with that in the first time anyway because of 13 Reasons Why. But
yeah, The Night We Met's their biggest song.
Now it's like, I feel like it's on every like TikTok. Like I think it was pretty much like just a song about like boning for the first time. But now it's like everybody is using it to describe like every potentially sad thing in their life ever. Like they'll show their pet, and they'll be like, "Take me back to the night we met." And it's a baby pet, and I'm like, the song is about boning. Like, it's so. But it's a great song, very emotional, and obviously, them using it in 13
I don't even listen to it anymore. And Sam like sings it for me, and I just hate him.
Yeah, that's the one Lord Huron song I do live when I play.
It's so tough.
His voice reminds me of the Swedish Chef, by the way.
Don't take that seriously, Glenn.
Just think.
Uh-oh, somebody just appeared.
Jason.
Jason.
He's got to pick his
Well,
nose.
there's an answer from Mr. Moore. 6,000 albums, 2,000 45s, 5,000 CDs.
Wow.
I feel like I'm reading code when I see that.
That looks like some kind of spy code or something.
Mm.
Fave album. Then Jack asked him what his favorite album is out of 11,000, out of 13,000 units. What's your favorite?
Don't worry about it, Sam.
Hey, there he is.
Steve's with us. Way to go. How's it going, buddy? Just got my album of the year 2 days ago, and no, Alex, it is not the new Gabriel. I'm saving it for the next album exchange. I wonder what it is.
2 days ago. So that leaves me interesting, Steve, because I know 2 days ago you went to the record show, but that wouldn't have been an album of the year, I don't think. So I'm curious what that is. But
I know Steve. He had that Midnight Callers album really high at one point, and
I think that was 5 for him.
Ian Hunter was up there for him.
Ian Hunter was 2.
Ian Hunter didn't. Oh yeah, he had a new album out this year.
Yeah.
I sold all my Doors records a while back. In terms of them being collectible, I regret it, but otherwise, I don't miss listening to them. Wow, Rob, you're up, buddy.
All right, 2024. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind for me, sort of in the same vein as Jason and Alex, I call it a vinyl resolution, if you will. I've found in the last 4 to 5 months that I haven't spent as much time listening to music and enjoying music as I used to. And sometimes I'll have purchased a bunch of records, and it's almost like I've got to process these. So I've got to clean them and listen to them and then sort them and put them in the stack. And it almost becomes more work. And, a lot of that's tied into, videos I'm making for YouTube and stuff. So I've been not enjoying music as much as it's not that I don't enjoy it. I love music. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't been devoting the time to it that I would in the past. And so I've been really sort of cognizant of, when everyone in my house is in bed at 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, instead of turning on the TV, try to listen to an album every day and just get back into the groove of doing it. It's just, I get busy with life and YouTube and work and, everything. And I wasn't.
It's tough when you have a young family.
It is.
It's hard.
Now, I listen to a lot of music because I'm in sales and I'm in the car all day. So I have my entire digital library in the car and I listen, but that's fine. But I'm not always paying attention because I'm concentrating on driving, or because I'm in sales, I got 100 phone calls.
Or you're driving and texting and you can't listen to
music. I don't
music.
drive and text. No way. No.
I'm teasing.
But I want to be more attentive to music, and related to that, I want to broaden my musical horizons, and part of that is the album exchange that Jason and I do. But the other thing and I've already started to do it, is there is a list of artists that are highly revered, that a lot of people love, that for one reason or another, I just haven't got into. So I'm going to start and work my way through that list. And it's not that I don't like those people. It's just I never really got into their music. And the first one I'm starting with is The Boss. I'm starting, I have a couple Springsteen albums.
Wow.
I maybe listened to them once, but I'm no, listen, I'm not saying he's not. I never went down that road.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
Well, so the wife and I were at an antique market on the weekend, and I picked up Darkness on the Edge of Town.
My favorite.
Nice.
I fucking love it.
Come on,
Right
Rob.
on.
I played it like
That's
four times the first evening that I bought it.
It's an incredible record.
Fantastic. I know.
It is.
So I have
It's
Born to Run and a few others, and so I've heard I love Nebraska.
Nebraska.
So, I'm going to spend like a month and sort of do a deep dive on Bruce, and then there's several other artists that I'm going to do that with as well. So I'm going to try more of the devoting time to enjoying music, if that makes any sense.
That's awesome. Wow, I'm glad
Wow.
you're discovering Bruce. That's great.
Yeah, I never got around to it, I guess.
Yeah, no. Hey, there's a
As
lot.
stupid as that sounds.
Yeah.
I always liked Nebraska, like from day one. However, I never dove deep into his catalog until I read his friggin' biography. My God, what an amazing book that is! And I was like, wow, this guy's actually like smart. He's just not some kind of brainless rock and roll guy. Like he's a good writer. He wrote a fantastic book, and it was really well laid out. And that was one of the best rock biographies I ever read. I read Robbie Robertson right after the fact. Also love that book too. But yeah.
Wow, that's very cool.
Look how professional Alex's little thumbnail picture is.
He looks like a
Like,
real estate agent, doesn't he?
he does. He does. What are you going to sell us, Alex?
Oh, Marcia's saying it. Bump Velvet Insane. You sold your Doors collection. What the? You don't have a favorite. That's that question about what's his favorite out of his 13,000 records. Got new one on Monday. I've never been so excited about a new band. If Steve Marriott and Sly Stone impregnated Tina Turner and Anne Margaret, you would bear this 10-piece band. The only 10-piece band I know is Tedeschi Trucks. I'd be interested to see what he's on about. Mazzy, if I'd known you at the time, you could have talked me out of it.
I think BTS has like 10 members in it.
At least finding Doors records isn't impossible, but ain't cheap if you start over. Made my wife watch a concert of theirs tonight while we eat dinner. Music sits pretty low on her level of importance. She thought they were great. I would travel far to see them. Man,
And this is all a secret, Steve. You're not going to just tell people what this is. You're just going to.
It's leaning towards Tedeschi Trucks Band. I don't know.
Is it the Roots?
Yes, Dan, I was thinking that. Hey, gents.
Hey, Chris.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Chris. Has anyone ever rocked around a Christmas tree?
I can't. It's in the corner.
Hey, Chris.
Dan is quickly becoming my favorite of the peanut gallery.
Okay, so my turn. We're not doing these in any order of importance or anything, are we?
You're the captain.
I have booked my first concert tickets of 2024.
Ooh.
I'm going to see one of my all-time favorite artists, Bela Fleck, great banjo player, in Kingston, Ontario.
Good for you, man.
April 5th. $70 a ticket in this small little venue. I couldn't believe it when I saw that he was playing. So that's my excitement for the year so far. First concert, probably. Don't get all excited, guys.
I was trying to think if I have any concerts
for
booked
Dave
yet.
Matthews once. It was actually phenomenal. I was like, I don't know anything about banjo, and there's this guy who's the lead of a band, killing it on the banjo. And the little research I did before the concert was that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Glenn, is he like considered one of the best banjo players that ever existed?
He's one of the best musicians that ever existed. Like, just because he plays a banjo, he doesn't get the recognition.
Yeah. And Jason,
Gotcha.
Did you see him? You said you saw a Bela concert?
Yeah, he opened for Dave Matthews when I saw Dave.
Oh,
Matthews
you saw the
once.
Flecktones, yeah.
And the connection there is that Jeff Coffin, who is Dave Matthews' saxophone player, was in the Flecktone.
He was at one time a Flecktone.
Oh, he must be the new sax player then.
Yeah.
Well, new sax player
when,
was 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, when that
it was
dude died tragically in the accident there.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
You call them
watch the
when
Willie
people in the
birthday
Flecktones,
bash.
do you call them like, if someone's in the Flecktones, do you call them like a Flecker? Like, is there like a name?
I call myself a Fleck head. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah.
John, I just watched it last night on Paramount.
I would love to see the Willie Bash. I'm going to buy the album. There's so many great people there. It's got to be good.
What I hated about the movie or like the special was that they cut out so many people.
Yeah.
In it. Yeah. But Lucas Nelson singing Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground. Good grief. That dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And Nora Jones did 7 Spanish Angels. It was beautiful. Yeah.
I got to see that.
It's good.
Hey, Steve, what's the next 5 years in the life of an artist? I want to know. I love that series. That's so good.
You pull up Steve's recent comment about him having a 10 in his holster.
Yeah.
Because because
He is a confident man.
that was a. When you see, he's going out like high and mighty of like, I got a 10 in my holster, and then Marsh is going to give it like a 2. Glenn's going to give it like a 4.5.
Yeah, Steve, what did you think of Gary's little tribute?
Steve Martin is actually a pretty good banjo.
He's very good.
Yeah. The problem with being the best banjo player ever that ever existed, still no. Yeah. Yeah. It's like that joke of seen that banjo player's new Porsche. It's not.
So, I want to know, hey, James, how would you rank them? What's the cooler person, a bass player or a banjo player? What's the bass player never gets any love.
Unless you're Paul McCartney.
Area code 615 rocked out while being a bluegrassy type band. Yeah, they're kind of they were kind of like a super group of session musicians in Nashville or something, right? Golden Earring is up next.
Cool.
Banjo players don't get groupies, but they get good hands. Yes. Gary was great. Funny thing is, I've been prepping a physical format R&R video.
I think Gary and I, and maybe Steve, put this on the radar, because Steve, if you're serious about this, we'll make it happen. So Gary lives like 30 minutes away from me. But there's finally a concert in March that he's going to, and he's like, I got tickets already. And so now I'm like, well, I'm going to get tickets. And then Steve was like, I'm coming to Columbus. So there might be a little VC meetup.
That'd be cool.
Which would be super cool.
Steve's an awesome guy to hang out with, man.
Except he doesn't eat meals.
He won't eat at all.
But that's different than me. That's different than me, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have calzones filled with chicken tenders.
Yeah, no. You say, Steve, you want to go for lunch? No? Don't eat dinner, and then he orders a dinner, and he only eats something. He doesn't eat it. Oh, well.
That cough keeps him up.
But I love him. That's McCartney said no one wanted to be the bass player because it was basically the fat guy who played the bass. Yeah.
Hey, I'm right here.
I am meeting up with you. There we go.
He's excited.
All right.
Bradley Cooper looks just like Steve Martin in Maestro. Okay, it's Alex. It's back to Alex again, right?
Yep.
Yeah, well, and this kind of goes, I think, with curving the buying habits a bit, but and this was something I think that set in, and I know Jason, you and your famous YouTube influencer friends have talked about this, in your relative channels and stuff like that, is that 2023 was like kind of eliminating a lot of the FOMO with some of these releases that so many people had, because things are getting pressed in such high quantities. People are into the quantity. But like, there is still this element of like, ooh, if something new gets released, like I gotta go get it. So my kind of goal is to scale that back a little bit. But I really want to go to more concerts. And I go to a lot already, but I want to go to more.
You spoiled guys. Oh, you guys are so spoiled. All of you.
Close. But and that's the thing, because the other thing I got to remember too is like, depending on where you go, a lot of times it depends, but a lot of times if you go to a show, the artist will have vinyl for sale, and hopefully it's like some kind of actual like special thing that you can't just get online or something like that. Sometimes it's signed, sometimes it's a cool variant, like all that type of stuff. And so I want to just keep on going. And I think I really, to be fair, over the last year, like fell into my own with being comfortable going to shows by myself for years and years and years. I put off so many concerts because I just didn't feel comfortable going by myself. I thought that was something that losers did. And here I am, still a loser going by myself, but at least I own that, right? So
I've gone to more concerts by myself because I'm like, if no one wants to go, fuck them. I get to go enjoy the music.
I'll go to a movie by myself, a concert by myself. I don't care. You're sitting you're watching it by yourself anyway. It's not like it's loud. You can't say the next person else. So what are we going to do for dinner?
And to be fair too, I have found myself having more fun going by myself. I'll get friggin' drunk, shocked, and I'll meet people there. and have a great time with these complete strangers. And it's ends up being better than if I were to like drag a friend along who didn't really want to go in the first place. And
There's
so,
nothing
yeah.
worse than going to a concert with somebody you know doesn't really want to be there, or that doesn't
Oh,
really
yeah,
like
I know.
concerts. You just feel
yeah.
uncomfortable.
good friend but bad fan, you know, good
Right,
friend
yeah.
but bad fan.
My poor wife has
like
been
that.
dragged to so many shows and weird concerts that just she goes and she's a trooper, but
Yeah.
then a year later she goes, "Oh man, that was the worst."
I have much better success getting backstage by myself than if I'm with somebody. So,
Oh, you groupie. Okay, Jason.
First off, kudos to Alex. If anyone is watching here hasn't seen Alex's concert review yet, that was pretty cool. And I know Sam does them all the time. I think those videos are great. Like if you're watching a VC channel and you're into that guy as a VC, person, and I don't know, watching them talk about a group they really are passionate about, it's pretty cool to see them have a concert experience. So keep those things up. Like obviously I don't have that, ability to kind of do a lot of shows, but to your point, going alone, 100%. Like why would you want to go to a show with someone who doesn't want to be there? When I go to a concert, I want to be there as early as I can. I want to stay as late as I can. And maybe that's some kind of childhood image of me thinking that, oh, all of a sudden Pearl Jam's going to come on the stage and look in the audience for that guy that's hanging 3 hours after the show. Come on down, be our friend, but that ain't going to happen. But the idea is that you get to have the whole experience the way you want to have it, and you're watching music that's super loud, so you can't have a conversation anyway. So you might as well be there just for the music, and the people that are enjoying the music, you'll identify them, and like Alex said, you'll connect with them because that's what it's all about. But anyway, kudos to Alex for that video there. Who's really good about that too, who does a lot of concert videos, is Vance at the Zep Pearl. That channel there, he does a lot of concert stuff too. Anyway, 2024 other goals. All right, I was going to save this for the end because I want to say this out loud, but I don't want you to hold me to it. But in 2024, I really want to, and I said this to Chance, Rob, and I want Chance to be part of this if I can make it work, is I really want to travel to do a VC meetup. I don't know where or when or how. I don't know if it's going to be around a record show or a concert, but the sense of community that I've gotten from especially you guys makes me really want to make this happen. And so I don't know what's going to be. It's obviously going to be somehow involved with traveling to the States. And there's always cheap flights to be had at some time of year. No, but Rob, you can go because like it could be Chicago, it could be like Windsor or something like that, right? But oh, come on. Okay, fine. I'm going to Guelph then.
Rob, you and I can drive down together. We'll go meet up somewhere with somebody.
Well,
anyway,
Jason should fly into Toronto. You and me will meet him in Toronto. It's only like a 5-hour drive for Alex. We're good. The hell with Sam. He lives too far away.
Well, that's not a bad plan.
Sam's all
He's
the way in
probably
North
working at the
Carolina.
hair salon that day.
Yeah, North Carolina's far away from Canada.
That's true.
But to be honest, Sam, like the Carolinas, like to go see Noble Records, like I'm a massive fan of him and his channel and his store. Like that's to see the Carolinas was always on my bucket list for states to visit anyway. So I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it.
Well, if you're going to go,
here's what we do. Here's what we do.
If you're going to go to Noble Records, I can meet you there because the company that I work for, our office is 5 minutes up the street,
And I'm 3 hours from Charlotte.
so we can do that.
And I used to live in Charlotte, so I got people there.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, I've had a couple drinks. So
and if Rob isn't going down
right
for
now,
work, I was going to suggest you could fly to Toronto and the three of us could drive down to Charlotte. It's a 12-hour drive. Stay for
That's
a day.
a lot of Taylor Swift to listen to.
Not enough, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's a big lofty goal for me for 2024 is I kind of want to connect more with guys. Obviously, I need to put more videos out, and I'm kind of busy in the next couple of weeks, but I kind of want to make a point to really put myself in the VC a lot more. I'm not looking for subs. I just want to connect more because this is what I'm the best part of my life right now outside of family stuff.
That would be awesome.
Kind of get more connected with you guys. And so that's kind of the big goal anyway.
How's that going?
That's very cool. I like that. Sam?
For me, I think this might even go back. I think there was a contest at the beginning of this year. I think Rod might have done it, the Happy Hippie, where he was like, what are your wants in 2023? And one of them that's always kind of looming for me is knocking concert venues off of my bucket list. So like this year, back in July, I really wanted to go see Red Rocks in Colorado, but I couldn't because my cousin was getting married that weekend. And so like I would love to go to Red Rocks. I would love to, go up to Radio City or the Beacon or somewhere like that, Hollywood Bowl, like to see any of those types of venues that are just world famous.
Ryman?
I've been to the Ryman for a tour. I would love to see a concert there. I've never seen a concert there. So yeah, the Ryman's on the list for sure. And just do that kind of thing. I mean, even if they're the artists that I've seen 100 times. So I mean, that's a big one for me. Again, Red Rocks is number one on that list. And again, if I do Red Rocks, I would love for it to be for a group like the Avett Brothers, who are usually there for like 3 nights.
Yeah.
And I would do all 3 nights. And I've got a buddy that lives in Denver, which is like 15 minutes outside of Morrison. Well, Morrison's like 15 minutes outside of Denver.
Wow.
And he's offered that I could stay with him and like use his car, not get a rental. So Red Rocks would be like the number one thing for me to do.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I would love to.
I wanted to see that forever because when I was a massive Dave Matthews fan, that was like the venue to see them.
Yeah.
And and every band's got like a venue where they are kind of notorious for, Rob.
What are you laughing at, Rob?
Is there some comments coming up here I haven't got to yet?
So Red Rocks is a huge one. The Rhyme is the other one. Great, you're right. That's a good goal to have if you were fortunate enough to live in the States where everything is bloody close. But yeah.
That'd be
Rob,
a
were
good-
we laughing when you were telling your story?
Not this week.
There'd be a cool topic is money's no object. Let's create our dream trip. You have a week to kind of go here and there and
Okay, so
Hookers and cocaine.
on that note, Glenn, did we talk about this last week? The whole Live at Leeds thing, like Leeds. What is that? Is that like a outdoor
university.
venue? Is that
It's at a university.
university.
So is it? How big is that venue? Do we know?
Oh, it's probably not big at all. It's probably like anytime you go to a university, they always have like a hall where they do convocations and all that stuff. It's probably small, a couple thousand seater, I'll bet.
Oh, yeah, good call, Sam. That's pretty cool to have that ability. And you live like, how far away are you from? You did the 2 Dylan concerts, and one was a bit of a drive. How far was that?
Yeah, that was in Richmond, the state capital, which is only 3.5 hours for me.
Oh God, that's nothing to see a concert.
So for me, that's a long haul. I think the longest that I've ever done was Knoxville, Tennessee, when I saw Michael Nesmith and Mickey Dolenz on their farewell tour. But I drove down to my buddy's house in North Carolina, and then we drove from there up to Knoxville. But Knoxville straight away is about 4 hours for me. But that's about the furthest I've ever driven for a concert.
Yeah, but you're always driving back the same night or something, aren't you? Or
for the most part,
yeah. Dylan,
yeah, for the most part, it's the same. I'll rarely go to a concert like up in like Philadelphia, or actually I've never done that, or like DC. Like that would just be. Although I have done a DC concert when I saw the Avett Brothers in May, and I stayed for the first night. I stayed overnight, and then I saw them the second night, and then drove home. Got home like at 2 a.m.
Jesus.
Dan's got very realistic goals. He wants to increase his sodium, carbs, beer, and exercise less in 2024. That sounds like a man who's got my best interests at heart.
That's my next VC meetup. I'm going to hook up with Dan, and we're going to have a good time. Just go out and drink and listen to music.
And Whistler, Geddy Lee. I mean, they're both great bass players. I pick Geddy Lee. I think he's more talented as a musician, but I mean, you can't. I'm not knocking either of them. They're both great.
I would say Ian Whistle.
You go, Dan.
I don't believe in bests.
Annoying. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass holding it, but usually they give you a nice bag and stuff to go with it. I got this. Do you scream and cheer at a concert, or you just sit there and watch? I'm more of a watcher.
Not a screamer, Glenn.
I'll clap.
More of
I'm not one of those guys in the middle of a song going, woo!
Yeah, I don't do that.
Drive me freaking nuts. I know a guy bought a Greta Van Fleet promo poster unfolded before the show and held it all show long. There you go, Jason. You got an invitation to come to Marcia's house and go to the Orlando record show.
What time of year is that, Marcia?
February.
February.
I will just miss it.
February. No.
Just get and watch Jack at the music guy. All artists' worst nightmare. Sit and watch for me, yeah. Sam, I will be in Raleigh in March. How close are you?
Raleigh is probably about 3.5.
Glenn, has any of our store ever said you want your stick and... Yeah, lots of stores won't take. They're really picky. I'm hoping someone I like comes to KC so I can go to a live show for the first time.
Nothing like it, Jack. You're going to catch
your
the
Uncle
bug.
Randy Nelson to take you to a concert. Uncle Randy, if you're watching. Take
Uncle
your
Randy.
Nope.
There's little Jimmy Dickens still playing at the Opry.
Don't, Alex.
No. No Uncle Randy's.
Steve, write that down. Let's steal it. Put it in your journal, Marcia. Live at Leeds sounds great. Yes, it does. Great live album. Question for you. When you look at your music collection, the year of the largest number of albums released, I just realized I have a lot of albums from 79. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be like 73 or 76/7.
Discogs can tell you that pretty quick.
I bet you it's 69 or something, probably for me. I'm just guessing, though. I should check, though.
Sam, you okay?
Is it the little Jimmy Dickens that got him, or?
I'll just get choked up with you guys.
My most anticipated release is a
Yeah,
new
right.
Management album in February, their first in 6 years.
Rob?
Sam and Rob are changing toast.
I'm just going to let you guys carry on. I don't know what the hell's going on. You guys are laughing your heads off, and I missed it.
Let's just say there's a certain shit disturber in this crowd that's sending us stuff to make us laugh.
Well, but no one's sending it to me.
That's the best. That was great. Sorry, I didn't mean to disrupt the flow of
I
conversation.
don't see a private chat going on here.
Chris, what are you doing in Raleigh? Because that's actually closer to like 3 hours for me. I'm just never on that side of North Carolina because I never have to go through it for where I'm like when I'm going to the beach or wherever.
Okay, so who's next? I got lost here. Was it
Rob?
Me.
Rob.
Okay, 2024. I have some sort of YouTube aspirations because the YouTube thing is so tied to music for me now, because the reason I do YouTube is because I listen to music and because I do records. So to me, they're sort of, opposite sides of the same coin, essentially. So, and aside from listening to music, doing YouTube is my other hobby. They're the two things that I like doing the most. So in sort of the YouTube headspace, obviously I'm this damn close to 1,000. Like I'm 30 something away. So that's
Rob. Actually, sorry to interrupt you, but one of my things was going to say I've put November 3rd to 2024 aside to have a celebration live chat, whatever day, whatever. I think it's right around going to be the 3rd of November. That's when you're going to hit 1,000 subs.
okay. Thanks.
You got it. We got to get Rob to 1,000. Come on.
So,
what is everybody?
And again, others have said it. It's not.
There we go. Let's get Rob to 1,000 subs.
It's not this. It's not the sub count itself. It's just psychologically that's something of a milestone.
It's a great plateau.
Sure, it is, because we put a hell of a lot of work into this. Sam, what, it took you 3 years, I think.
Yeah, and I just hit.
You deserve to get there, buddy.
I've gotten a bunch this week for some reason.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little closer every day. So that's the first sort of big hurdle. But beyond that, I want to try and challenge myself to come up with some different ideas. You know, like everyone else, I do the here's a record and here's something cool about the record. I'll do those. That's what this is about. But I want to try and challenge myself to come up with something that's a little different, a different way to talk about music. I only have so many records, and I'm getting to the point where there's some that I'm showing again and again. So I'm trying to think of something different. And one of the things that I want to do more of the talking to other people. I love doing the Vinyl Community podcast. Selfless plug. My episode's up today with Jason and Alex. So everyone should check that out, where they get their podcasts from. But I like the talking. I continue doing the podcast, but I also want to do videos where I, could be collaborations with other YouTube people, as I've done before. But I really love the conversations that I would do with my buddy Bob from Blue Rodeo. And there's other people I know musically, other musicians that I've talked to that are potentially going to maybe do some videos with me. So I want to do some of that kind of stuff. So I just want to try and, broaden my array of topics and maybe find some new ways to do some videos so that, I don't bore people, because I'm not the most entertaining person in the world. So I want to try and do something a little bit different.
Oh, I think you make great videos. Like,
oh man, that last one that I watched today, I was like, holy shit, that's a great question. I don't know how that.
Oh, if I could only keep 10, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, I was shelving records. I've got like 800, and I'm like, holy, like that's not in the vinyl community. That's a small number, but people in general, I don't know any other people in my everyday life that have 800 vinyl records. I know people that might have 5 or 6, and I thought, well, shit, if I could only keep 10, what would they be? And obviously that's never going to happen, but it was a thought exercise. So,
it's funny, Rabbi. Obviously, I've been at this for like a couple of months now and not, multiple years, and maybe this is what you're getting at too, of like establishing the goal of like your channel. Like, is your goal simply like, I want as many subscribers as possible? Or is it like, no, I want to like be careful about the content I deliver, and I want to do stuff that brings me joy. Right. And like, right. I just recorded a video Monday with my best friend who has some like records. Like, he was the one who kind of got me into it, but like he probably has like less than 100. And it was an hour conversation of just like pick 5 records that mean something to you. And like it's like something like that. Like, I don't anticipate that getting many views. I don't anticipate getting any subs from it. And also I don't care, right. It was something that was a really cool experience, and it meant something to him. And it was just really cool to do that. And so I'm like, part of me is like, oh, I want to make that like a series, like once a month, do some kind of like series where it's some kind of back and forth or like an interview sort of style with somebody. Whether I
enjoy those more than like when the 3 of us did our podcast episode, or when Jason and I do our album. I love those because I'm tired of listening to myself talk. I like the back and forth, and that's why I love these live streams too.
Yeah, live streams are great.
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
Yeah, why even make videos, Jason? You can just do live streams.
It seems to be my MO, isn't it?
God, Alex has been Mr. Live Stream lately, showing up everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm desperate.
He's a slut. He'll go anywhere.
I call him a whore in someone else's
YouTube whore. Is going to see the Leafs and the Hurricanes. Right on. Is Gidget the chicken choke? Oh, I don't know. I thought little Jimmy Dickens was an East Lapper. No, Dan, you and I are both out of the loop on what was going on. Wish for 74. So many great albums come out that year that I want to see box sets for, mainly to piss off Gary as I do this unboxing. Hey, Jack, thumbs up. Whatever your thub is, get it up. The show needs more likes, eh? Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Do you guys find that making YouTube videos about records actually gets in the way of listening to records? No.
And I caught the tail end.
That's what I was saying a little while ago.
But Rob, I heard what Rob was saying. I was going to get some water, but I'm kind of with Rob on that, and it kind of probably blurs over to one of my other wishes is to do meaningful content that has a deeper meaning than just, here's the last 10 albums I listened to, or here's, the new Paul McCartney single, like stuff like that. Like, it's great. But like, again, like I've said a million times, like I'd like to do more stuff where I'm talking specifically about artists and why I got into them. Because in college, I did do some interviews, like quite a bit of interviews when I worked for the school paper. And I would love to get into more like interviewing and reaching out to people. I think that would be really, really cool. And like, it'd be probably long form videos, but stuff like that would be really fun to do.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It's funny. You spend a lot. I think I spend more time trying to think of video ideas than I do anything. Like I go to bed at night, and that's how I fall asleep every night going, oh, man, what am I going to do? I need some video ideas, And like you say, you don't want to be show and tell channel all the time,
Right.
Jason,
I can't even say I'm trying, but I will try soon.
For 2024, which band do you wish to see reunite?
Ooh, great
The
question.
Cosmic Torpedoes.
Yeah, the Cosmic Torpedoes. Wow. Realistic. Something that's realistic. I wouldn't mind seeing the Heartbreakers get together and do a tour. I think Mike Campbell could do a pretty good job as the vocalist.
And they got pretty close with Bob Dylan at Farm Aid.
Yeah.
With the three of them.
There's rumors that they've thrown enough money at the Gallagher brothers, so we might see Oasis get back.
Well, did you see Liam put up a post today, Rob, about him and Billy Squire?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't you listen to records during the chat? Because you can't play them or you'll get copyright.
That's why we have Alex sing
Yeah.
lines to songs.
New McCartney single.
That's
Is
your
there a new
cue, Alex.
McCartney
He's a
single?
bot, man.
No, I was just throwing out an example, Jack. There's no McCartney single.
I plan to discuss an artist who created album covers for multiple artists. Was that Hypnosis or whatever his name is?
Or John McEwen's brother. From
Who would you like to see release a new album or go on tour in 2024?
That's one of my answers for sure. Yeah, I got something there.
This would never happen because they've mentioned it a million times, but Glennon, you would appreciate this, I think, as someone who, saw Steve Hackett and put on a great show, is like Genesis is never going to reunite with like Peter Gabriel. But like, what if Peter Gabriel and Steve Hackett went on tour and did early Genesis?
The only reason I don't think that would happen is because I don't think Peter Gabriel's a real guitar-focused guy, and I don't think Steve Hackett would get a chance to shine at all with Peter Gabriel.
Oh no, I don't think it would happen. I just like that would be a dream. Would be because both of them, cool. Peter Gabriel, it's not really his world anymore. Like I don't think he cares at all about Supper's Ready or any of that stuff.
Alex, thank you. The greatest segue in the history of live chatting. My next exciting thing for 2024. What's the date? February 16th. Mark this down on your calendar. The new Steve Hackett album, a concept album.
About a whale.
Yeah, it's actually about his life, and he uses his whale as a metaphor. I don't know if you can see the album cover is very cool.
I thought those were testicles, but it's his tongue.
That's a whale.
One in the same.
It's a whale with testicles in it.
Those look like
But
testicles.
2020, February 16th, I am really excited.
Some days those are the same. No, well, and I love Steve Hackett, but he has become like overly prolific in the sense of how much he releases. Like I can't keep
that album for 2 years.
Yeah,
a studio album. Paul McCartney needs to release whatever he's been doing with producer Andrew Watts. Yeah. I'm kind of worried about that. Isn't he did he work with the Stones too? The same.
Yeah, he's the Dust Collector producer.
Oh.
That's how they got McCartney.
I think what Paul needs to do is release the 3.5-year anniversary edition of McCartney 3.
Yeah.
Look out,
Not
June.
to reunite to promote the release of Stop Making Sense.
I thought they
I
might
see that.
Do all of you own a police record? I don't have I have police records, but I don't have a police record. Just want to make that clear. Cosmic Torpedoes need to record Sam St. John and the Hair Salon theme. Yes.
Absolutely. I don't think
Hackett.
Glenn will share royalties though. So
No,
No.
not sharing royalties.
although Steve should be getting royalties because he came up with the idea.
Chester Thompson, monster drummer.
Wait a minute, Chester.
Alex, if you want to see Gabriel era Genesis, you have to see the musical box when they go on tour. One more from Tom,
Yes.
please. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that's going to happen, but you never know. These artists seem to surprise you.
I'd like
How
to.
long has it been? How long has it been?
2011.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Bad as me.
13, 14 years. And I really like that album too.
Yeah.
I'd really like to hear the long-awaited rock album that U2 is supposed to be working on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
would
think they've got to do something.
They're
Honestly-
too busy with that residency in Vegas, though.
I would like, and Rob will probably get behind me on this. I would like one more Brian Wilson vocal release because he put out that instrumental piano album, which it was okay, but
You don't listen to Brian Wilson for the piano.
No, and that album is very clunky. But he's been talking about doing like a '50s rock album.
Ooh,
But he's been talking about that since No Peer Pressure.
that'd be great.
2014. And so I think he's recorded some stuff, but I would just love to see it released, like one more from Brian, because I don't think he'll tour again.
Now,
He's in
did you
pretty
hear
bad shape.
that? What's his name? Jeff Foskett died.
Yeah,
That's a shame.
he's great. He's got some great records.
Yes.
Who's that?
Jeffrey Foskett. He was the he sang all the falsetto parts for the Beach Boys, really from like
Oh,
the
yeah. I
onward.
read about that dude.
He was like the musical director in Brian's band, and he left. And he was a musical director in Mike's Beach Boy band. I think that's a correct.
Yeah,
chronology.
I think he was a big factor too in their reunion in 2012.
Yeah, I think so. Super talented guy.
Yeah, he was really big in the Smile album.
Yeah, he was only like what 67 or something.
Yeah, he had been
Cancer?
fighting cancer for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go out of turn here because it's Alex's turn. So, Jason,
Alex, put your clothes back on.
Jason,
I'll
go
have,
ahead.
to find out
Never.
if I'll have to find out if they're going to replace
he's
him
back.
because I'm friends with John Cowsill's nephew, the drummer for Mike Love's band. So I'll find out if there's any plans to replace him.
Oh, Alex is back.
Good grief, put the thing back.
Beer number 3.
No,
So it's not beer tonight. I'm drinking Hoopty spiked iced tea.
Ooh,
And what did I say you were?
that sounds like a sugar headache tomorrow morning.
Sure does, Glenn, doesn't it?
Did you say hoop tea?
Yeah.
What the hell is hoop?
I told Alex he looks like a divorced soccer mom drinking that stuff.
I wish.
In Canada, hoop is Newfoundlandish for ass. So
I
ass
didn't
tea.
even know that.
He's the ass man.
If you're in Newfoundland and you say she's got a nice hoop, it means she's got a nice ass.
Yeah.
Alex, you're up, buddy. 2024.
Oh boy. Well, I'm trying to think in terms of, record, or like, potential concerts or new records or any of that kind of stuff. I think, and this goes back to the concert thing. Even this year, there were a handful of shows I just didn't pull the proverbial trigger on, and I hope it's not my like for example, Bob Dylan played kind of on either side of me about 2.5 hours away each way, and I was like, I don't know, and so I would love for him to do another run, especially around me.
I wonder where his 24 dates are going to be. It'd be interesting to see. He hasn't announced them yet. I
He
don't
just
think.
finished off East Coast in November, so he'll be back around like in late March.
Yeah, it'd just be interesting to see where he go if he stays in North America or.
He hasn't done England on this tour.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, it's always the thing of like, oh, he's going to tour, and then it's like, oh, he's going to be in Europe for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So there's a handful of those, and I think the other thing too is just continuing to. I have to remind myself that it has only been like a couple of months on the YouTube thing, but as I feel like I tell you all like every week, like I've already have gotten my fill and more from the whole VC thing. just from doing stuff like this or from hanging out with people and joking and getting annoying memes from Jason or whatever it is. So yeah, I think just more of this, and like I want to try not to get like I have found myself, much like probably all of you have, like overthinking this YouTube thing, like going down those like rabbit holes of like, well, what if I did this? Well, is that going to make? Well, what if I do that? Like all that kind of stuff. Instead, just not to sound cheesy, but just like who cares? Just like do whatever you want and have fun
Make
doing
it
it.
simple.
You got to please
the bottom
yourself
line.
when you're doing it.
Yeah. So
I would
hopefully
do-
to go into the year with that mindset and maybe even take that outside of just YouTube and get outside of my own head personally a little bit too and do that sort of stuff. So yeah, and drink more hoopty.
Yeah.
Ass tea. Drink some ass tea.
You gotta pay extra for that, Rob.
Anybody want to respond to this? Favorite Kinks album?
So I like something else.
Sounds like a Muppet there.
That's probably my second favorite.
I know like Village Green is up there and Arthur is up there for so many. Lola, stuff like that. But I really like something else. And a lot of that very well might be that Waterloo Sunset is a top 5 favorite song of all time for me. And so that song alone just carries it. But
I like Lola and the Power Man or whatever the heck that album's called. That's my favorite.
Alex, and the money go round.
Did you hear Alex, the Colin Hay put out a covers album like in 2021.
Oh yeah.
And he does a beautiful version of Waterloo Sunset.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
No one should touch that song. That's the perfect song.
And I will say this too. Covers albums,
it's good.
But depending on who it is, covers songs can be really important because the first time I ever heard that song, I remember sharing this like weeks ago on the stream. First time I ever heard of Waterloo Sunset was Def Leppard doing a cover.
Really?
Of all people,
oh,
Def Leppard doing a cover. And I was like, that was the first time I ever heard the song. Wow. And I loved it. And so it's like, in one sense, it's like, oh, should Def Leppard be doing a cover of Waterloo Sunset? Who knows? I think it's a good version of it. I would have never known it otherwise. And so,
well, that's like my sisters first heard the song Vincent by Don McLean because of Ed Sheeran. And like they love that song. Yeah. Like he did it like on like one of those like radio, like cover challenges or whatever. Yeah.
I hope all your predictions except the Leafs winning the cup. Oh, I don't have to worry.
That's not going to happen, so don't worry.
I'm not predicting that. Yeah. Is there an amazing album, but one song ruins it?
Ooh, great question.
I don't know if it could be that's interesting.
That requires a lot of thinking there, Cardboard Head Guy, because there's a lot of great albums, and you're always like, if this wasn't on it, it would flow so much better, right? I don't know what that would be, but I'm sure there's a ton of them out there.
Revolver. I'm kidding.
But I kind of like Yellow Submarine. I don't mind it.
Why'd you think it was that song, Glenn?
Oh, well, maybe it was Love You. Maybe it was Love You Too.
Your pinky.
No, it was Yellow Submarine. Okay.
Look at the pinky up there on the T.
That's a good question, though. That's another good topic. Like,
that's a good
albums where one song get rid of Tomcat Screaming Outside. Jason and Alex, are you interested in the Van Halen MoFi One Step at huge dollars?
Nope.
I'm not into Van Halen. Like I respect the guy as a guitarist, but I've never like gravitated towards the music at all. So I won't spend money on it.
Thing.
Yeah.
Different
I'm
era.
not really I'm not like a UHQR or MoFi One Step sort of consumer. I'm not that much of a audiophile or anything like that. So.
Yeah, John, that's my dad's favorite Tony Bennett album. It's just acoustic Bill Evans and Tony Bennett. They did 2 of them together, and they're very, very good.
Oh, is that the OJC or John? Yeah, John. If that was the OJC.
Wow. Did you? This I guess just for Alex only, but Alice Coltrane, that Santana album that you have, Illuminations. Do you like her other stuff too, Sachin Danda and
Oh yeah.
So, do you know anything about an album she made with a guy named Joe Henderson back in 1971?
I don't know about the album, but I'm a big Joe Henderson fan.
Well, it's called The Elements. Elemental or The Elements.
Okay.
Look it up. It's freaking incredible. I just found out about it last night. I went on Spotify and I went, oh my God, I got to find this freaking record.
Joe Henderson's an incredible sax player. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool album. Village Green. Yeah. Great record. I predict another. Yeah. Kind of Blue. That might take the record for most. Like, that is the most confusing album to buy if someone says, what's the best pressing of Kind of Blue?
Yeah.
Soap opera. Def Leppard also covered Little Jimmy Dick. So many people seem to hate the Police song "Mother." I personally, it's hilarious. Yeah, I don't think it ruins the album either. I really like Synchronicity. Yeah, I think great album. Do you guys, besides Glenn, like Jimi Hendrix?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I don't own a note of Jimi Hendrix.
I'm a big fan. I got his classic 3 albums plus another 1 or 2, but
okay,
Jason.
okay. Actually,
we can stop this 2024 thing whenever you want. Just shoot the breeze.
No,
it doesn't
that's
matter
fine.
to me.
I had
when you guys are done.
thinking about who I want to see re-released in 2024 or put out new material. And Sam took one of the 2 that I had thought of right out of the gate. One was Lord Huron. I want to see them put out a new album. And the other one, inspired by Rob's influence lately, looking at a lot of Canadian acts, is I really want to see the band Winter Sleep put out a new album. And probably not a lot of people know who Winter Sleep is, but I have a couple other albums, and I know pretty much their whole catalog in my head anyway, and through streaming and whatnot and CDs. But Winter Sleep, kind of from my home province of Nova Scotia, so I got a bit of a soft spot for them for that. And they've put out some really quality stuff. And the audiophile side of me knows that they've done quite a bit with some good mastering engineers. So whatever they will put out, I would hope would be on a pretty decent pressing. Incidentally, if you know the band, one of their biggest albums, Welcome to the Night Sky, I bought that and I owned it. It was so cool. It was so great to finally get it. It's one of my worst sounding friggin' vinyl pressings I have.
Oh, really?
It's like, it's so bad. I don't know what it is. If it's just what they call compression, I don't know. But it's like an album that I'm glad I own, but I'll never play. But but I probably will never get rid of. Despite my whole rant about getting rid of 10%, because I want to own a physical copy of the bands I love, and I love Winter Sleep, and I want them to.
Is it just bad vinyl? You mean, or is it a good? Like, did they use
I think it's a bad recording. I think it's maybe what they refer to as one of the like CD rips. It goes right to the vinyl, and it just sounds like garbage.
Yeah.
Like
wow,
one night I put it on. It was like, this okay, whatever. I'm listening to it on the record, and then I thought, well, it doesn't sound as great as other things that I have, so I streamed it right out of the gate. And the streaming was like night and day different. I don't get a lot of differences on my mediocre system, right? But that one stood out. So it was kind of a shitty thing to do. Nonetheless, I do have another album of theirs that In the Land of, which I think was their most recent release. And that's pretty good. Anyway, another band that I want to see. So Winter Sleep, Lord Huron. I want them to put out some new material. Obviously, I'll pull for all my favorite bands, but those are the 2 that I think are due for something. And I want to see that happen in 2024.
Cool. I just wrote that name down. I'm going to check them out.
Winter Sleep, yeah.
Samuel.
For me, and I've kind of done something that's kind of appeased everybody in the group here. I know Glenn for sure will get behind me on this. This is something we've, as fans, have been wanting for years and years and years. And next year is the 20th anniversary of this book right here. And that's Chronicles. I would love to see volume 2.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's ever written volume 2?
I think volume 2 is going to come out after he dies. I think because he said he had 2 volumes left in him. I think they've already been written. I think it's something that he's holding back on. But this is a great book because it's not chronological, but it follows him chronologically at the same time. Like he talks about traveling down from Minnesota to New York, visiting Woody Guthrie, but then he'll jump ahead to the Love and Theft era, and then Time Out of Mind, talking about Daniel Lanois, and then he would talk about Jerry Garcia or whoever he's talking about. And again, it's been 20 years since we got volume 1, and there's still no volume 2.
It's so
Yeah.
it's really so well written. It's an excellent book.
It reads just like Dylan, like the way he thinks. It's fairly large print, so it's an easy read. I mean, he talks about Kerouac. He's got all sorts of people that are that compliment the book at the beginning here. It's just unbelievable. And I know we just got that album around last Christmas, the Modern Song book, but we need another section of Dylan's, autobiography.
That'd be a great.
Because
I would welcome that.
it's Simon and Schuster. I think when he did the book, I think he had signed like a 3 or a 5 book deal, and I think he's only put out 3 with them. So it contractually there are books out there. We just haven't seen them yet. So.
In the same vein, how about Mark Lewison's book "Tune In" by the Beatles, which is he's the best Beatles historian on the planet, and he wrote the first volume, "Tune In," which is absolutely incredible, but it only goes up to 1962. He's got 2 more volumes to write, and the man's like 60 years old. Everybody's dying to get it. We'll all be dead before he gets the 3 volumes out.
Yeah.
Rob.
Well, there's a few releases that I know are coming out, I think are coming out, and I hope are coming out. So, obviously, I'm a Taylor Swift fan, so while I'm not a giant fan of Reputation, that'll be the next one, and then she'll do her self-titled, so that's kind of exciting. Rumor has it she's also working on another album of new material, which I'm all for, so that's cool.
Rob, let me interrupt you really quick because it's Taylor Swift related. I know that's what the fans are here to hear about. I don't think I told you. I think I was on a different stream, because I'm a slut for streams. Oh, that sounds weird. But
oh boy, does it ever!
I feel like I need a shower now.
Golden showers.
Well, you got
if I were to place bets, what she or her people need to do is imagine the Eras live tour box set.
Have you seen? First of all, have you seen the movie?
No, I don't care about the movie.
The movie is phenomenal.
I'm sure it's great. Sure it's great. But what if now they're in the theaters? She's bringing them to streaming. What if you could bring it to your home to own in this mega $200 box set that's like 6 LPs with additional sound check material that didn't end up here? She did 2 different surprise songs each city. So there's a whole other extra thing. There's memorabilia.
I couldn't throw money at it fast enough.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
I'm friggin' in. Absolutely.
So
whatever she puts out, I'm all in.
Especially that ass.
Right.
That hoop tee.
One that I think, and I'm relatively certain is coming. Just a month or so ago, Sheryl Crow put out Tuesday Night Music Club. And when they announced that on her Facebook page, I commented and said, it'd be really great to get the Globe Sessions on vinyl for the first time. And her people responded saying, stay tuned, ... So I think that's coming because they have her masters. They were, in fact, not destroyed. So rumor has it that maybe the Globe Sessions is coming. I think that would be awesome.
I was kind of looking up to see what I could find if there was any lists of what's coming out next year. And Sheryl Crow's name was on the list of releasing something in 2024. So,
well, she does. She's got a new studio album that she's released digitally. So there may be a physical release of that coming. Okay. But Globe Sessions would be great. And, everyone was thrilled to finally get Tuesday Night Music Club other than that expensive Record Store Day release. So I think and with her induction in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I mean, it's, that's front of mind. So I think that may happen. And if I could go to what I wish, if I had my wish, and it is being worked on, Peter Jackson is using that demixing AI technology. The Beatles have now acquired the rights to this Star Club release that was put out on Lingus Song back in the 70s. They own the rights to this now, from what I read. And Peter Jackson is working to see if he can clean this up because it's a Star Club Hamburg recording.
That'd be interesting.
And it sounds like shit, but there are so many songs in here. You know, they're all like American R&B sort of covers, early rock and roll stuff. But a lot of the songs that are on here, they never re-recorded. A lot of this was not on the BBC, was not on the early studio albums. So there's a lot of stuff on here that this is the only version and it sucks. So if Peter Jackson can work his magic, this will be a great upcoming Beatles release. Who knows if it's actually going to be up to their quality standards? Who knows if it's ever going to see the light of day? But if I could wish, it would be that.
Cheryl has a new album coming up March 2024. So they already have a date.
Yeah. She said she'd never do another studio album, but she did.
Jack's graduating in May 2024. That's pretty big. That's big.
Jack.
It's always a big year.
Did Jack get his driver's license? I know he
did. He got the license. He's driving around, man.
Oh boy, look out!
Doing videos in his car.
I missed that one. I'm sorry.
While he's driving, it's great.
I'll have to go back.
He's texting, doing videos, and driving at the same time. It's perfect.
Sounds like a classic youth.
Yeah. I'm just going to throw one more out there because I'm excited for it, but I'm just pray to God that it's not out of my price range. Is the Band on the Run reissue?
Yeah,
I'm interested to see.
They've already sort of tossed out some prices, haven't they? And I think it's pretty damn expensive.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty pricey. I don't know. I haven't looked for a while. I haven't even looked myself. Someone said it was $100 or something up here or something. So I didn't even look. But I would, if I can afford it, I would really like that.
Well, didn't they? When did he? When did he do the McCartney, like the McCartney edition? Didn't he do like an archive edition of that too?
Well, they did the. That's all part of the archive series. And they've done a Band on the Run archive series too, but
that's what I mean. Like, didn't it, like, I feel like we just had a reissue of it because I know I've seen like the 50th coming out, but
yeah. So I just want
the half speed.
I mean, I have a really crappy copy of Band on the Run, and I just love that album, and I would just like to.
You don't want it, Glenn. The 2LP deluxe version is $137.99 US.
Wow, that's no way I'm buying it. Can you just get the one record? I don't need any outtakes or anything. I just want the record.
Nope.
Wow.
I don't think that's the only one I can find. So
I will not be buying that. Oh, Jack says don't throw them under the bus. Well, if you're driving your car, you can't be under a bus. I don't know. I'm just.
Well, you could be.
Yeah, if you keep texting and driving.
That's right.
Wonder if Paul and EMI paid a fair bit for the Hamburg concerts. I wonder who was it? Just some dude that owned them, or?
And it's a long sordid history. I can't remember the specifics of it, but yeah, essentially some guy.
The CD is $15 for its 50th. Yeah, I have it on CD. It sounds great. I want a nice piece of vinyl. Maybe I'll just buy an old reissue or something. Oh well. Okay.
I mean, it's a pretty inexpensive record.
Yeah. Just to buy a regular copy. I just thought they might do something cool with the.
They did for $137.99.
Yeah,
You can't beat that.
that's $200 up here.
Right, plus shipping.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we do? We got.
What a bunch of hosers.
Yeah, no kidding. So what's going on?
Go drink your ass tea.
Up to Christmas and through Christmas week is everywhere. I mean, Rob's gonna do if everybody's watching.
I'm hosting next week.
Rob's channel next Wednesday.
Yep.
Sam and I are gonna do a live video at some point next week discussing Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
The Salmon and Glenn show is back.
Salmon and
Jason, when are we doing our album swap again?
Oh, let's say second week of January.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Second week. I don't know.
All right. Yeah, because you haven't listened to any of it yet, have you?
I have listened to all three. In fact, I listened to the first album in its entirety after we finished, and I wrote down my thoughts immediately. And now I forget everything, but I wrote stuff down.
Okay.
Promote your video, guy. What do you got up on board right now that you've been listening to? What's next? Like that you're going to review?
So Jason and I are doing a virtual album swap, kind of like what you guys are doing, where I recommend 3 and he recommends 3, and at the end of the month we come back and review them. So we did a video about 3 weeks ago, I guess now.
Yeah.
where I recommend. We reviewed our ones from the previous month, and then for this month, I recommended that Jason should listen to the self-titled album by One Bad Son, who's a rock band from Saskatchewan. And I recommended The Heartbroken, which is a rock band from Toronto. And then the first volume of the Wilco Billy Bragg Mermaid Avenue.
Good album.
Mm.
And then Jason said I should listen to The Sheepdogs Learn and Burn.
I like that.
And Hayden's Skyscraper National Park, and then the 3 EPs by whatever the hell the band, the Beta Band.
Yeah, like a good memory.
Awesome.
Holy shit, good for you.
Yeah, it's always fun, man. It's a fun thing to do.
It is fun because
It
we
is.
get to see some new stuff, and we get to try and convince people that we actually have good taste in music when we probably don't. So.
Well said. Well said.
You know, you got to give these albums some listens. You can't just listen once and go, that sucks, or I don't know, it's not my thing. You got to give it a chance, right?
Right.
100%. Yeah.
Glenn, that's what you do every Sunday on your album exchange with Larry and everybody else.
And sometimes it's painful, but I do listen. We'll give it at least 3 listens.
I had to have a serious talking to with Marsha P about Dawes.
Yeah. Did you have a serious talk with her about it?
That's why she referenced me in the latest video. She said,
Does she not like Dawes?
She had a long talk with Alex.
Well, I know you don't like the album, but I presented Misadventures of Doom Scroller. It's probably the wrong one as a newbie, but I love that freaking album.
Put me to sleep. I love Dawes. I hate that album. Put me to sleep. I'll take any of their other albums except that one.
I did tell her, I didn't say this was the equivalent, but I did say, I was like, that was an interesting choice to recommend of a Dawes catalog. It would be, again, not the same, but I would be like, imagine telling somebody about the Rolling Stones and being like, have you heard Dirty Work? Like, it's just like maybe not the most classic of things to show. But I was more telling her of like that, she can still, because you actually mentioned this in the video, you can still like respect and appreciate the musicianship and the artistry while also recognizing it's not your thing. Which, I demand playing a lot.
Marcia says that's not in her genes. She can't think that way.
Yeah, she did say that. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Maybe she needs some ass tea.
Which is fine. We all like what we like.
Right, Alex?
We all need some ass tea, Rob.
Stones in colored vinyl, 462 Canadian.
You know what you need to do, Alex? In your next video, you need
about
to go
272 American W Green. The mono stone set that Sam probably paid $400 for is like $280 right now on Amazon.
When this box set came out, I was the only one on the video outspoken going, quit. Like everybody was turning this into a feeding frenzy. You got to get it now. It's going to sell out. If you don't get it, you got to have this. And I kept going, settle down, guys. This will be available. This is not going to sell. It's still available. Like people were just
Glenn,
going,
does your necklace turn on, Glenn?
What's that?
Does your necklace turn on?
Yeah.
Your next video, Alex, what I want you to do about 2 minutes into your next video, you'd go, everybody, now a word from this week's sponsor. This episode of Beer and Vinyl is brought to you by Ass Tea. I want to see that in the next video, man.
Yeah, it's $2.93 right now on Amazon.
Disappointed but not surprised.
There you go. He's flashing you.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Enough of that.
Enough of that.
I think you need to get to the next comment there.
I'm going to get some more comments here. This is an interesting one. Gift cards or gifts? Yay or nay?
King.
At work, yes. But I pride myself in being a good gift giver. Which, Glenn, by the way, not that I'm giving you a gift, but
I was going to say I haven't received it yet.
I've never gotten anything from Sam.
So you remember that John Prine box set that I showed with like the cool, like the light is like the
yeah.
So that light went out. Like I turned the thing on like 3 different times and the light's already out. So I emailed.
Is there a battery in it?
So you can't open the back of the box, but I emailed Oh Boy Records, and who have great customer service. And I was like, hey, this light went out. I probably only turned it on 3 or 4 times, probably not even 5 minutes total time of this thing being on. And I'm like, it's done. Like, I don't know what to do. I paid, all this money for it. And they're like, well, we can send you a replacement lid. And if I just send back the lid to them. And so they asked me, because it's numbered. It was like out of 3,000. I gave them my number, which was like 2,000 something, so that they knew that it was legit. And I'm not sure, but based on the tracking, it looks like they're giving me a brand new set. And like that, I'm just going to have this other set.
Wow,
That's cool.
I think, and it's limited edition. So I don't know if that's the case, or if they are if it looks like they're sending me the whole thing and it's really just the lid. But right now it looks like they're
they
sending me.
sent you that'd be cool if they just sent you one. That'd be pretty nice of them to do that.
Yeah, because it's a top dollar item.
Yeah. I don't know. My wife's a big gift card person. I like getting a more personal gift, but also I don't want to get some crappy gift that I don't give a crap about either. So I'd depend. Depends.
But also, my thing is, like, if you're going to be lazy enough to do a gift card, just give the person cash. It's what they really want.
Yeah.
They can spend it on Amazon. They can spend it at the titty bar. They can go hang
Or
out with
Asti.
Rob and sing cherry pie.
Or
They
Asti.
can do whatever they want to. But you can't go listen to cherry pie at the club with a gift card, right, Rob?
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But if somebody gave me a Barnes and Noble gift card, I would not complain.
No.
But I don't generally give gift cards unless it's somebody.
Usually, if I get a gift card, it's Amazon. Although my daughter has given us gift cards for like our favorite restaurants and stuff before, like, which is pretty cool.
Like Cookout for Alex.
I find I never get around to spending them. I got a stack of them.
Oh, really? Well, mail them out. Well, I'll spend some.
No. I'm going to use them eventually. If it's a Tim Hortons gift card, it's getting used up like the next day. But everything else,
Anyone doing a video on the 25th? I don't. My wife and I are alone on the 25th. Maybe.
we don't
never
want to see
know.
that kind of video.
No, I did. Is there ever a video from the vinyl community where you would return months later because the video is great? For me, it's Rob's video
Oh,
about Rock and Roll by John Lennon.
Thanks, cardboard head guy. That's nice.
I returned them a lot of my own videos and watched them over and over again.
I watch a lot of. Yeah. I'll watch when Glenn and I played, like when he comes over here. I'll watch those
I've
videos.
watched them. I've watched a few of those.
Yeah.
Big metal faces used for the Floyd Division Bell album cover are now sitting in a balcony in London's Warner.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
Wow.
Huh.
Weren't
I
those?
really like that album, The Division Bell. That's a great record. I don't know. People slam it because it's not Roger Waters and that, but that's a good record.
Weren't they in
That's a good
Cleveland?
record.
Weren't they in Cleveland at one point?
Probably. I thought I might just hoop the.
Oh, were they at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I thought that whole thing was based on Easter Island, like the
No.
Easter Island things.
I mean, it might have been, but those it was a
Moai.
legitimate sculpture.
Like sculpture, yeah.
Sam, what are you doing for Christmas?
I'm always local. All my family is within half an hour to an hour of me. So Christmas Eve, we go down to Dad's side and do that thing. And then Christmas Day, we're with Mom. So we have our big gift giving thing really around New Year's the following week, because Christmas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like our relatives are doing like stuff with in-laws, and like Christmas Day, it's like if you're in town, you can go to my grandparents. We'll have a meal, but we don't do gifts that day. I mean, I will with like my immediate family that morning, but not with the extended family, like grandparents and everything. So that'll be 30th, 31st, somewhere around there. But I'm supposed to be singing this Sunday. So we shall see how that goes, if I can fight this thing.
Wow.
It'll be a
Well,
Christmas
hopefully
miracle.
you clear up before then. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm putting a lot of funny substances up my nose.
You're gonna be sounding like the children in Charlie Brown singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing" with that voice.
Yeah.
I wish I could sing that high, like a
You need some ass tea.
castrated British boy.
Wow. Just
Alex
take a
will send
shot
you
of
some ass tea.
when I used to play in a band out west. We used to play in this bar in Grassy Lake, Alberta, and the guy used to give us tequila and Tabasco sauce in a shot glass.
Ooh.
Called it a snake bite. He'd say, "You
Yep.
drink this, you sing good." He was
Was he
a
right?
guy.
snake bite.
So try that. Try a bit of tequila, Tabasco sauce. Your cold's gone.
But I will say I've got to plug for at the end of the year. I've got at least 3 different rankings that I'm going to do for best of 23. So stay tuned for that. I've already got the list and they've already been ranked and everything. I just need to go back through and listen to a couple more records. But those will be coming probably after Christmas. That last week. Yeah.
Awesome. Alex, you get together with family, or you just kind of sleep the day away, or what?
Yeah, a little of both. Yeah, I'll swing up. I got family about 2 hours north of me, so I'll probably swing up there for there's a little Christmas Eve get together, and then I'll probably come back down on the 25th and chill. But I'm off work until the 2nd, so
Nice.
I might just pull a
That's a good
Jason. And go
stretch.
on, I might just pull a Jason and go on like a 2-week bender. That's
Yes.
Not bad.
yeah, a lot of ass tea,
joy.
right, Rob?
There you go.
We'll see Christmas afternoon because it's just my wife and I this year. My daughters are both going to be in Florida, and I'll probably have some free time in the afternoon. I think Larry Graves is alone on Christmas. We will talk Larry into having a chat.
Now we're talking the lonely, the Misfit Toy Island.
Lonely Christmas guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, I haven't made something in a while, but I have an idea. A buddy of mine reached out and said he all of a sudden got into blues, and he said, "What should I listen to?" So that kind of spurred the idea of like my favorite blues tracks that I own. So I already have in my head what I want to talk about. So I just have to research it and find the time to make the video. But yeah, so I'll do a video on blues stuff coming up probably in another week or two.
Cool.
And then, of
I love
course,
that. I
hanging
love
out
the
with Rob.
blues.
Yep.
Rob, I guess your son is excited as hell for Christmas.
He's very excited. He's almost 8, so he's excited, but we still have no idea what the Christmas plans are because my wife and sister-in-law can't make up their minds. So it's either it's probably gonna end up being at our house, which I'm okay with because I don't like leaving my house. So
Yeah.
and I don't mind cooking a turkey. That's cool. Just let me
I'll
know.
do a turkey for Christmas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we bought a small one, like just for 2
We
of
do
us.
turkey and ham.
Okay.
Just turkey. Just turkey.
Making me hungry, boys.
Yeah, us too.
My only requirement for Christmas, I don't give a shit about presents. I don't give a shit about even getting together with anyone. All I give a shit about is that there's a turkey somewhere.
We'll be there.
So
Cranberry on the side.
no.
Oh, you don't like cranberry?
Yes.
Oh, it's my favorite part, man.
Yeah,
I
but
keep
it's gotta be out of the
putting it
can.
in.
Give me that ocean spray variety.
Oh,
Turkey, some mashed potatoes, some carrots.
oh yeah, mashed potatoes, carrots,
Corn,
broccoli, maybe some
Ocean
broccoli, turkey, stuffing,
gravy.
and cranberry. Got to be
So
cranberry.
y'all basically do like a Thanksgiving 2.0 for Christmas, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is
basically,
more.
yes.
Yeah, we do that more for.
We do too.
Yeah,
I guess
we kind of both turkey for both times.
ham is a little more Easter, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's my least favorite food is Easter food because it's like all the nasty like mayonnaise and mustard based salads that I hate down here.
Dude, don't talk about. I love mayo.
No, I can't do it.
I'm with you on that, Sam.
Yeah, like potato salad,
okay.
macaroni salad.
Rob, Sam, you're probably like, ew, I don't like mayo. But if you went to a restaurant and they served a garlic aioli, you'd be like, give me extra of that aioli.
Nope.
Hell yeah.
It's the same thing.
I'm an
Yeah.
incredibly fussy eater, so no.
Huh.
I am too. Pretty
Glenn,
basic stuff.
you said you're just gonna be home for Christmas.
Yeah, just my wife and I are gonna get up, and I'll have all day to play with my toys. I know I got a couple of records and a box set. Kind of know what's coming. So I'm pretty excited.
I'm hoping my Christmas, the big gift that I was asking for was the Bob Dylan at Budokan set. So I told my family, I was like, if I just get that, like I'm fine.
What, the one from Japan?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah,
eight?
I will not. I will not pay
Budokan in Iowa.
That's a great gift because I would not pay for
Yeah.
$200 for 4 CDs. That's
It's like 180 or 170.
yeah, it's insane. No,
But did you see when Steve showed it? It's like the size of a vinyl record. Like it's
yeah, I'm going the
bigger,
vinyl. I'm going the vinyl route on that one.
just like the 2-disc.
Yeah,
Imagine all that for such a bad album, you know?
yeah.
Mm.
An album that really got panned. Yeah, I'm just interested in the tracks that they never released before, and they're all on the vinyl.
Right, yeah. Give me the extra songs, right?
That's all I want. Yeah, I don't need the rest of the album. And yeah, So, I guess thanks everyone who watched tonight and have been watching all year. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
And your comments and everything. It's really cool. We'll have one more. So we'll wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And then we'll be back next Wednesday on Rob's channel. I'm probably going to join you guys because I think I screwed up my dates. But Rob, you can still host.
Okay.
So I'll probably still be there. So, yeah. So Northern Revolution's channel next Wednesday, 27th, I think it is.
Something like that.
Yeah.
27th.
Thanks, everyone. I hope everyone, if we don't talk, have a great Christmas, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Hey, Music Talk with John's going live. Let's go over there.
I'm going live, but Sam aren't invited. Okay.
I may join you, John, in a few minutes.
Yeah, I might too tonight.
Awesome.
There's more ST where that came from, John and Rob. Let's go.
Yeah, I might just hang out and see if he's going too. Cool.
Awesome.
I know. Let's piss John off that he's gone now. He thinks he's going live. We'll just stay on here.
We'll just stay on.
Just leave it as like a blank screen, yeah. But just Glenn like brushing his teeth, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everybody.
His night.
All right,
Guys, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Man, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.